Riffing is a term that guitarists use a lot. Probably from your first guitar lesson, you're being taught to strum, you're being taught to riff, right? It's just what happens. Pianists don't talk about riffing so much, and this is a conversation that I really want us to get used to having and talking about, because riffing can help pianists so much, arguably more than guitarists can. My name is Ruth Power. I am from Piano Picnic, where you can learn to play the piano creatively, bite by bite. And today we're going to be talking about this idea of riffing and why it is so great for pianists to do. So firstly, let's talk about the definition of a riff. I tend to say it's a term used to describe a short, isolated pattern that can be used in many different settings. A riff can be rhythmic, it can be melodic, it can even be based on the way we play something, articulation, instead of the actual notes or the rhythm. So this idea of a short, isolated pattern that we can use over any chord sequence, any genre of music. Anytime that you want to play something other than a block chord, if you are playing through a chord progression, playing with a band, playing from lead sheet, playing by ear, songwriting, composing, arranging for piano, anything like that, if you want to play something other than just a block chord or an arpeggio, then you're going to want to use a riff. So pianists definitely need riffs for all of those things, and I'm going to do a couple of different examples to show you how riffs can help. If you are playing from a lead sheet and you have a lot of chords with the lyrics and you're trying to fill in the gaps of that lead sheet, you need riffs. Otherwise, you're just going to be playing this. Oops, I even added a riff. So this is just block chords, right? No riffs. Let's put a riffing pattern over that. Okay, so that's just one rhythmic pattern that I've played over each of those chords, and instantly it sounds way better, has more drive, has more sort of funk to it. It just sounds more interesting. If you're wanting to jam with a band or a group of musicians or even just a singer, and everyone's sitting around, before you've learnt songs or before you've written any songs, everyone's sort of sitting around going, what should we play? Don't really know any songs yet, what we're going to do. You can say, I know, let's just play this riff over this chord progression, right? You introduce a riff and immediately it gives the drummer an idea, it gives the bassist an idea. You are bringing something to the table that's probably going to start a jam session, if not probably a new cool song. So having a riff is a great way to do that. Improvising or making an instrumental solo. An instrumental solo might be something that sounds like you're improvising, but you've actually made up beforehand. So as an example, recently I did an EP with my band Team Squad, and one of those songs I wrote an instrumental section in the middle of the song, and I used some pretty reasonably jazzy chords, but it was just a couple of rhythmic riffs that I used throughout the solo. I'm going to play that for you next. Okay, so jazzy chords, but really just two simple riffs that I repeated a whole bunch of times. So songwriting and creating a solo, and you can use the same sort of thing with improvising. So this is all about getting these ideas into your riff bank. Riff bank is what I like to call this your memory for all the riffs that you've learned previously. Now you can make up riffs, you can take riffs from songs that you already know, turn them into riffs that you can, isolated patterns that you can use on different chord progressions. And you can also learn riffs from someone who has accumulated a lot of riffs over the years. So if you're interested in learning riffs, if you are not sure how to make up a bunch on your own, or you want to learn some pre-made, commonly used riffs, you need to come and check out my new course called Riffing Pro. Go to my.pianopicnic.com/ riffing pro, you can go and sign up to get first access to the course as well as early bird pricing. So go check that out. I want you to come and learn all these riffs so that you can turn your hand to pretty much any creative way of playing the piano by having a riff bank that you can pull any of those riffs at any time in order to just be creative. Always got a riff in your bank that you can pull out when you need it. Then you're never going to have that, oh, I don't know what to do situation. That's why riffing is so great for pianists. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will subscribe, and then the bell, something about the bell, click the bell thing as well, so you get all the notifications of new cool videos from me. Play it like you mean it.